All right. Well, it looks like we are loading into the game here. Again, this is game one versus Meowington Inc. versus UI Mountain. It's looking like it's going to be interesting to see how this is going. So it's looking like we're having pings from bot lane going into the early bush, and it's looking like we got both junglers starting bot side. What do you think about jungle pathing these days? What do you think is the best path for both teams to be taking in this game one?
Um, I think Sejuani should look for a slow first clear, get all 6 of her camps, look for one of the scuttles, and then start looking to path towards top to look for those powerful ganks that I talked about earlier. Whereas I think Nunu should focus on denying Sejuani as much farm as possible and putting her behind. Where if he's able to clear his own jungle and look for her Krugs and her Raptors, which are the two biggest camps for Nunu to be stealing, I think that will put Sejuani very far behind and give Nunu the edge in the matchups. And with how easy it is to gank with Nunu with that snowball, I think he can constantly look for ganks whenever he has his jungle timers down.
All right, that sounds all right. Very interesting. So we got both teams warding the pixel brush, and then we've actually got Mountain warding there inside the actual jungle. Now, this is a very aggressive ward. What do you think this ward is going to give him right here?
I think with that ward, it might have been placed too early to track the Sejuani, depending on how she chooses to clear. But if Sejuani looks for the early path top, it will spot her out on looking for topside scuttle or the topside gank, which will give them a lot of information and give Nunu the ability to look for camps to steal or look for a gank on the other side of the map.
All right. So we got both junglers starting on. Meowington jungler, the Sejuani, starting on the red side, and we've got Nunu starting on his blue side. And looks like Sejuani is going to be taking Raptors second for the pathing. So it'd be interesting. This ward just might get BigKash here if he steps just a little bit too far. I believe that's season.
Yep, it looks like he's pathing upwards while taking the camp, so I think the ward did spot him. So if Mountain was aware of their surroundings, they should have spotted him there and been able to guess what camps he had taken and know that he's on the top side of the map. So bot lane can look to play aggressively here.
All right, and it's looked like bot lane's doing just that. They look like they're pushing up onto Meowington right now. And we got topside looks like being just as aggressive.
Yeah, I don't think that Meowington should be playing as aggro as they are, especially without having the information of where Nunu is. But with that ward that Wukong has placed in the bush, he should be safe to be pushed up here because he does have very good ways to get out of those early ganks.
Okay, and it looks like we're gonna see a confrontation here, maybe between the both junglers. Nunu's gonna grab that scuttle crab. That's gonna be some good golden experience.
Yeah, that should be a strong lead for him, and he should be able to look for his Krugs and a reset, and then look for that bot side scuttle and try to push a fight there with how much priority his bot lane has created for him.
Interesting. Again, so it looks like the jungler's walking through here. We got mid lane also looking to be very aggressive.
So it looks like while Sejuani went for the bot side scuttle, Nunu went for the gank top lane. This might be first blood.
That's looking like it. It will be. Oh, there's the flash used. There's the Q there.
To secure it. First blood Sion.
First blood Sion. So that's going to be very interesting. Now, what do you think that changes in this matchup now between this Sion and the Wukong? Because now it's looking like Sion is going to be able to freeze here, and it's going to allow that allow the Wukong to not get as much. As we say that.
So using the advantage that Mountain had built themselves bot lane, they were able to look for a gank to punish them pushing up and respond to the kill from the top side.
It looks like we had a gank try to go on bot lane too.
To answer the question though, I do think that with that first blood gold, that Sion should be able to start moving the lane in his favor, being able to get early armor itemized or the early Bomby Cinder. I think at that point, with Wukong being behind as he is, down farm, and that kill, I don't think that he will be able to play aggressively in this lane anymore.
Right, and then as that gank was going on mid lane, there was an actual gank bot lane that did kill the support. So they are 1-1 now. Meowington is actually ahead in gold by 0.1 it looks like right now.
Yeah, they do have small farm advantages in bot lane and mid lane, so that 100 gold from the first blood and the farm lead top lane are not as valuable as they would have been otherwise.
Interesting.
And Cassio was able to early back, TP back to lane and get her early tier, so that should get stacked very early in this game.
Yeah, that tier on Cassiopia is going to be very important, especially with taking Conqueror on Cassiopia, allowing you to get those E's and those... Because you get the health back from the E and from the poison and then from Conqueror. So it's going to be looking like eventually Cassiopia is going to be very hard to kill later on in this game.
Yes, I do think that plays into Meowington's team comp very well, giving them another late game scale con between her and Senna, both of them building the tier. I don't think that once fights get to late, I don't think that Mountain will have advantages in those fights anymore, even if they do get one of those beautiful engages that we were talking about earlier.
Okay.
And it looks like the mid lane getting ganked here, and she's gonna die.
And that looked to be pretty set. And there's Nunu was also there along with the bot lane walking up. That was a pretty good gank called over by Meowington to allow the Sejuani to get that gank off.
That was a wonderful engage by the Cassiopia, and even better positioning by the Sejuani to be able to follow up on it. Now it looks like we're going to have a fight for the dragon here. Syndra TPing in mid lane. She should be able... Ooh.
She should be rotating.
Looks like they're not going to contest the Drake and just give the first Drake over to Meowington.
First Drake. That's an actual Fire Drake going over to Meowington. So that's going to give him a little bit more of damage.
Yep, and it looks like we have a Mountain Drake coming in second, which will mean that we're either going to have a Cloud Rift or an Ocean Rift.
Right. Now, for each team, I'm thinking that for Meowington, I'm thinking that Ocean Rift is something that they're going to want. And I don't know about an Ocean Soul, I should say. I think Meowington is going to be looking for that Ocean Soul. What do you say?
I think that both teams value Ocean Soul and Ocean Rift more highly than the Cloud Rift due to the ability to have more bushes to sit in and more sustain in the late game fights for whichever team does get the soul.
We got a lot of duking out here in top lane.
Looks like Wukong is overextending on a fight up here.
He should die,
yeah. Die for it.
There it goes. So another kill. Oh, but there's Sejuani. Flash Q. That seems to be a pretty short flash Q. By allowing getting the ult off.
Is able to finish it up. Ooh,
well, will that be able? That might be a tower dive from the Nunu, though. Yeah, that will be.
Yeah. Oh, and the solo kill going over to the mid laner.
Oh, and the solo kill going over to the mid laner as well. All right, things seem to be going into the rough for Meowington. Mountain seems to be taking their lead.
Yeah, Mountain was able to secure a small lead off of both of those exchanges, and now Nunu is able to look for the Rift Herald to hopefully be able to snowball that lead even further for his team.
Yeah, being able to take that Scuttlebug, and with no wards in there, unless the Sejuani goes and looks at it, this might be a free Rift for the Nunu. But Sejuani might be going to look at it.
I do think even with Sejuani going there, I don't know how hard they can try to contest it, though. The Rift is very low, and Nunu's Smite combo. Ooh, Nunu uses Q.
Nunu's Q, he's just used it. Oh, he's still going to get it, though. Missed out the Smite.
And Sion's coming down, but they don't have their mid laner on Rift.
Here comes the ult, very good. Ult from the Senna coming in there.
2-3. And they're able to disengage the fight and not get punished. That was wonderfully played by Mountain, being able to get the Rift and get out without losing any lives.
Right, that Smite was pretty insane from the Nunu, getting that Smite Q. Again, Nunu showing his power on his objectives, getting that Smite Q off is going to be pretty insane.
Yeah, and it looks like he has not been back to base in a while, being only on the Skirmisher Saber, while Sejuani has the finished Cinder Hulk.
Right, that is true. It is looking like that. Sejuani does have a farm lead, though, on him, just a little bit, but the objectives seem to be in the favor of Mountain.
Yeah, I think this game largely continuing the objectives will fall on how Nunu is able to use this Rift Herald. If he can get his team first tower, while plates are still up, that will be a huge objective and could be a huge swinging factor in this game.
That would be a huge objective. Sion did just get a plate and a half there with his Demolish. Demolish on Sion is insane. If you do not know, 3 solo plates count as an actual gold kill. And looking like a gank down. We also have a TP coming down from it, looking like Sejuani, from Meowington. Oh my god.
Sejuani in wonderful position to follow up on that. They can't save the Cassio, though.
Can't save the Cassiopia.
I do really like that a lot of these kills are going over on the Sejuani, even though you would prefer to have them on the damage dealers like the Wukong or the Cassio. Having them on the Sejuani can be very beneficial because once you get into those late game fights, having a 4-item Sejuani is a lot more valuable than having a 1-item Sejuani.
Right, now you actually know BigKash as their jungler, and I've seen them in practice that he plays a very aggressive Sejuani, a lot more than I think the team was expecting. What is your say on that, on his Sejuani? Like, what do you think about it?
I really enjoy playing with and watching his Sejuani. He understands the strengths of the champion very well and is able to abuse those even in the early game when people seem to think the champion doesn't have those strengths. Right. And get those early leads to snowball the game for his lanes and his own matchup.
Now it's looking like bot lane wants to put the rift down. I don't see other reason why Nunu would be down here.
Yes. So optimally, a team wants to take 3 plates and then drop the Rift Herald because then the Rift Herald will insta-kill the turret. And I think with how things are right now, they won't have time to do that, and they're placing the Rift. So it should just get the charge and get 2 plates for him.
Flash Q. Got the Flash Q coming out. It's looking like we're going to get a kill on the Nunu there.
Yep. That's a very good one for Meowington to pick up there. Being able to get back the gold that they just lost on those tower plates. And the tower plates did only go onto the Nunu because the other 2 did fall out of range of that plate money.
Right, so that's two plates over to the Nunu.
And Sion looks like he got another plate on top while Meowington was able to catch Syndra out in the river and blow her flash for free. Okay.
And then we got Dragon looking like Mountain Drake again, going over to Meowington with no fight from Mountain. So that's 2 dragons over, and it's looking like a Cloud Soul is going to be shown here.
Yes, I do really like the impact of Cloud Soul and Cloud Rift because of the champions that have good synergy with it. Like the move speed, Wukong already gets a lot of move speed when he casts his ulti. Getting even more move speed on top of that will be huge for the champion. Be able to make sure he can get that ult on the back line and get those 5-man knockups. And having those large wind circles gives them the ability to look for more roaming plays from the mid lane and the jungle, being able to get to those objectives faster for both teams.
It's looking like we're trying to have a setup gank here in the bot lane, but Meowington's going to spot it out. Hopefully, maybe not. They didn't notice that their ward is gone. There it is.
In that bush, it looks like they
were
not able to spot it out.
Ashe ult hitting Braum. That may be a death on the Braum because there's the ult, the heal to try to save him, but
ult will secure it.
Unfortunately, the Braum could not get out of that. Nunu did ult to get the Braum there.
And that was very well done by Mountain, knowing that they had the vision control to look for that play, and the top lane priority to not have to worry about Sejuani being down there for the counter gank.
Right. Now again, they did have a ward on it, which they then did pink. Oh, there was a gank up there. Oh, the ult used perfectly from the Sejuani.
Canceling the CC.
Yeah, that was very well played from that Sion on Mountain side. So we're just gonna go through a little bit of dewarding. It looks like Nunu's gonna go top side to not allow Meowington to push up. Yeah,
catch the wave, stop the tower take.
Right, now doing that as a jungler is very important. What is your take on that? In my opinion, I think it's really important to do that at certain situations.
Yeah, I think that if Nunu were not able to do that, I think that Wukong would have been able to nearly take the tower with having his Q and his W being able to hit the towers to do bonus damage. And I think it would have put Sion in a very bad spot with how the wave would have been, forcing him to slowly push the wave in and allow Wukong to play safer. But now it looks like, with the game state, even with Meowington getting all those kills and the Rift Herald, they are only up 300 gold.
Yeah, it is only looking that it's looking like Meowington's fighting back. Also top lane, I would like to note that he is fighting back as much as possible. He's only a level down, even though Sion has gotten some extra free kills, solo kill, and a bunch of tower plates on him. We got a fight going on here though. Ult from the Cassiopia was missed there.
Yeah.
Ashe coming down the lane. Here comes Sejuani.
The chain CC should secure the kill on the Sejuani. With no flash, there's no way she gets out of there. That's a huge shutdown going on that Sion.
Yes, that is, again, that was a very nice Ashe ult, though, coming down the lane. Here comes Braum, though, going for the Syndra. It's looking like Cassiopia is going to pick up the Syndra. Here comes another fight going on the Wukong. We got Wukong did cancel the CC and flash out of that. That was a very good escape from Toph.
It is very good for him to be able to get out of that fight. I think that if he did go down there, that is second Rift Herald going over to Mountain, and that's just a bigger snowball because that almost guarantees first tower for the team.
Right, and that second ult, I don't know if that was panic or calculated, but that did cancel that Sion Q, allowing him to flash out of it. Nunu was not ready for that to happen.
And Wukong will burn his TP to try his hardest to save this tower. It will not come to fruition though. Sion is able to get that solo first tower gold and 4 of the plates off of the tower.
Right, so that with that 4 plates and that extra first tower, they gave him an extra 150 gold. So that's gonna be a lot more gold. So the gold lead to Mountain was jumped up to about 1.4k.
Yeah, and I would like to point out the build from the Wukong. I'm not a huge fan of it this game. I do really enjoy Triforce on Wukong. I think it's a very strong build to go. But when you're falling behind like this and your lane matchup is building as much armor as he is, I think Black Cleaver would have been the better item to go this game.
And we got TP bot lane coming from that Sion.
Ooh, the Senna snare. Good disengage, being able to stop the Sion from getting in on them.
Was very good, but we got a little bit going on here. Catch out. That's gonna be a flash from Syndra. That was a really good ult from the Sejuani. Unfortunately, the Syndra thing did get hit.
And Braum will fall in the bot lane skirmish that continued while Meowington was looking for the fight on river. And the fight's going to continue.
Sion was already used his ult now. They're going for that Cassiopia, trying to get him first. Unfortunately, Sejuani is caught out here. I do not see Sejuani living through this. We got Syndra again with the slow, and here comes Nunu. Nice flash over that wall. That is looking like a free dragon to Mountain.
Yeah, I see no way the Mountain does not get this dragon unless there's a miracle steal from the Senna.
Right.
Cassio being able to get out there was very good for her, not falling even further behind for the team. And getting out of that chain CC loop with the flash was very important there.
Alright, Topherdragon leaving the scene as fast as possible. Good for him.
And it looks like Sion here is going to try to bully out the bot lane and knock this other tower, while his team is able to group mid lane and have numbers advantage, and probably also gold advantage.
Right, and then it comes Mountain dropping that second rift of the game.
That should be tower. Now let's see if they can get ushered in, get the second charge off, or if they leave the scene and, yep.
Yeah, look like they're exactly that.
Herald, just be fine with the one tower and take their lead.
Right.
And while that mid lane play was going down, it looks like the bot lane of Meowington was able to catch up and kill the Sion.
Yes, I did notice that. So okay, so here comes Nunu. Wukong is actually gonna ult, trying to get the Nunu. Nunu did get tagged from the Braum Q, but it looks like Nunu's gonna get out of that.
The aftershock of the Nunu is gonna be huge this game, giving him so much more tankiness without having to build all those resistances that you would normally have to, which will open him up to building a lot more items like the Warmogs and the Spirit Visage that he wouldn't normally be able to in a team comp like this.
Right. Now it's looking like that's 2 tower advantages and it looks like 2 and 2 8s tower advantages over to Mountain. Mountain's almost got that bottom tower cracked, and it doesn't look like a lot of tower damage has gone over on Meowington's side to Mountain. What do you think is going on through Meowington right now, trying to get back into this game?
I think that Mountain is playing this game very well to their team comp, playing those early game aggressive lanes and looking to get those early objectives while they're up.
And as we're doing that, Braum's going to get down. They're going to lose the bot lane turret. Here comes the Sejuani. It's looking like they're going to get out of there. They're going to be looking like they want to re-engage. Here comes the Wukong. Here comes...
Cassiopia on the flank. Could look to get many kills here. Ooh, the Sejuani ult missing.
Sejuani ult did miss, but they're
still able to pick up 2 kills on the counter engage, which is very good and gives them a good window to try to look for their way back in this game.
Right. And Pot on that... Nami also used her ult, trying to help with that.
I do believe that Meowington should still feel very comfortable in this game. They're not too far behind, and their team does scale a lot better, and they have a lot better team fight comp, so they shouldn't be too worried about the gold, but it is always a lingering thought on your mind when you are falling behind that it could just snowball into something worse.
Right, it is falling behind a little bit, but they did catch up in kills. Kills are now even 10-10, and they finally cracked turret.
Their first turret of the game, open up the map a little bit. Maybe now the bot lane can look to roam into the bot side jungle and get some aggressive vision so that they can set up for more aggressive plays and get more catches.
And Will, as you said, the team fight, like just I almost said tactic. It's not TFT though. Yeah, so that's exactly what we decided to set up with that, is the heavy CC in the team fight to be able to lock down the carries.
It's looking like, if this game continues going on, it's looking like Meowington might have that chance. There's Sejuani taking a little bit, but there's the Braum right behind. That's the Sejuani ult going to come out. That's looking like the Syndra is going to go down to Toph. To the Wukong as well.
Wukong is starting to slowly find his way back in this game.
Right, Braum missing his Q.
Down a lot of farm, but
he's gonna actually go in on the Sion. But they're gonna try to get the Sion, but Sion is tanky.
Yeah, you can't kill that Sion. They have no armor shred. How are they gonna kill him?
They have no armor shred, and considering that Thornmail, it's gonna be very hard with that 0 armor shred. But that Thornmail is gonna give them a lot of bang for their buck, especially if the Sion's allowed to get into their back line. They do not want that happening.
Like, the issue around this team so far with not having armor shred is if they can't kill the Sion, how are they going to be able to touch the Syndra and the Ashe with their true damage?
Oh, they are trying to get out the flash from the Braum, trying to get to that Ashe. That Ashe looks like it's going to go down to the Senna. Omiigiri picking up.
I guess they heard my question and they answered it. That's how they touch the Ashe. They just find her alone and flash on her.
That's exactly how that would work. That would make the Senna actually 4-0 this game, and then making Ashe 0-0, 0-1 and 4. And it's looking like Meowington's actually going to try to go for Baron here.
And it looks like both tiers on the side of Meowington have finished stacking. So we do have the Muramana and the Seraph's Embrace online. Senna is currently sitting comfortably with 45 stacks on her passive, giving her
flash over from the Nunu, trying to get it. Toph is going to be stuck in the back lane. There goes the Nunu ult. Nunu ult was canceled by the Braum ult. Nunu looks like it's going to go down. And then maybe the Sion is going to go down. No, Meowington's going to go back to the Braum. That was a very good fight from Meowington. The Q over is going to miss.
Both leaving this fight, licking their wounds. This should be a Baron going over, and that is Meowington just found their way back into this game, finding the gold lead, finding the kills, finding the Baron.
Right, now that flash over the wall from the Nunu seemed like a pretty good idea at the time, but as soon as he did it and got in the middle, the rest of the team has already been shredded down.
Yeah, I think he was mainly looking for the flash to the Smite Consume combo to steal the Baron away.
Right.
But Meowington was very wisely able to stop damaging the Baron, so he could not get that large true damage chunk on the Baron to steal it away from them.
Right, and also another note to point out, the Syndra was not in that fight. She was actually bot lane splitting, getting that tier 2 tower that entire time.
I think that was probably a good call on the side of Mountain.
Right.
It's mid laner to look for the tower. I don't think even with Syndra being there, that was a good fight for them to take. I think optimally they should have just looked for the vision for Nunu to go for the steal and left it at that.
Alright, and then we got Cloud Drake coming down. Mountains looking like they're trying to get it, but Meowington is not going to let this one go.
I don't think Meowington can look too hard for this contest with Wukong being top lane, but it looks like they're gonna go for it anyway.
Wukong's gonna TP down into that water, but that's that Q smite, and he actually stole it. The Braum Q actually stole that.
And a Cassio ult on the back line. That's gonna be a
Oh
huge
my
fight
goodness, that is a
Meowington.
huge fight for Meowington. Sion is just being completely forgotten about at this point. Meowington doesn't even want to fight them. They just want to get to that back line and get all the carries down.
And the issue with a triple kill going over to Senna.
Yeah, no,
The
and
issue
yeah.
that I see with the Sion this game, he has a lot of armor. He's very hard for that Wukong and that Senna to kill, but Cassiopia, you gotta worry about that magic damage threat, especially with the Leandres online, the stacking passive and the percent max health damage. That's just gonna shred right through that Sion if he doesn't itemize any MR.
Right. And during that dragon, Nunu did try to Q smite, but unfortunately, I think the Braum Q and ult combo actually got that dragon at like the last tick before Nunu even got that off.
The coveted objective taking Q ult combo from Braum. It's hard to outsmite that, honestly.
It is very hard to outsmite that, but for Nunu, for him to lose that, I think Nunu panicked just a little bit.
I think that they weren't expecting the engage to come through from Meowington, and it took them by surprise. And the surprise factor is never one that's accounted for.
Now they tried to get top lane there, but it looks like it's going to get out. The ult is going to miss, but the ult is still going to kill the... Whoa, that was a great sidestep from the Cassiopia. The Cassiopia is trying to get that. The burn and the cannon fire is going to kill that. And now with Sion being poisoned like that, oh my goodness, the triple kill covered for the Cassiopia. Cassiopia is online with that health regen.
The 3v1 Cassiopia, and while she was doing that, the rest of Meowington was pushing in bot lane, and they could look to take the base and end the game right here.
Yes, they very well could.
They're looking for the Syndra. I do think that'll... Ooh, Ashe and Nami are up. Nunu's up in 7 seconds.
Syndra is going to go down. Oh, the Ashe all being used on the Senna. Senna's going to try to go. Senna's actually going to go down to the Q. Here.
Flashing forward.
Flashing forward. The ult's going to be used. So is the Q from Nami. Heal's going to keep that Ashe alive. And then here goes this Sejuani trying to run away as best he can. But with Ashe, it's very hard to run away from an Ashe. Unless you can get out of that volley range.
Yeah, that perma-slow will keep that Sejuani there to secure that kill. And that is a huge set of shutdowns going over to the way of Mountain, getting that 1,000 gold shutdown on the Senna.
That is the first death from the Senna. Again, like Will said, getting that 1,000 shutdown on the Ashe of all people is going to be very interesting for Meowington to deal with. So I think... Sorry.
To point out, the leads have shifted from Sion being up to, or from Mountain being up because Sion had won his lane so hard, to the other side of the map being up because of the farm leads and the kill leads. Cassio is on 3 items, Syndra hasn't even finished her second yet, and the Senna is on 2.5 items while Ashe is sitting on, or the Senna is on 3.5 items, so the Ashe is only sitting on 2.5.
Right. But allowing Ashe that 1,000 gold shutdown is going to get her is going to keep her in the game. It's not going to keep her out of it though. It's not going to put her ahead, but it'll keep her in the game a little bit, at least I believe.
Yes. And with the Baron and the Cloud Drake spawning so close together, I think that Meowington can just look to push the Cloud Drake and even trade the Baron for Soul Point, or to get Soul because they're on Soul Point.
Right. It's going to be very interesting. Looks like they're going to try... Braum's going to go in with his shield. It's going to try to block as much projectiles as possible from the team. Cassiopia is splitting that top lane. Did get that tier 2 just now.
Yeah, I think the issue is they can't send anyone to deal with the Cassio. Like, they sent 3 people before and they couldn't kill her. Who are they going to send to stop the Cassio from taking those towers?
Alright, well, looks like they're going to try to send the Nunu, who is some other wave clear. Trying to get that down. Again, with Baron being down, though, there's not a lot of solo pressure from a single laner, especially one person defending. But there is a fight going down here. It's looking like the ult's going to be used out. The Ashes are going to get caught out. That's going to be huge. Ult from the Sion is actually going to be blocked. Sion ult was blocked, and then so they're going to try to get the Sion out here. Here comes Cassiopia. The ult's going to come out. Here comes the stun. The ult's going to miss from the Cassiopia, but Cassiopia is going to do the burn. The burn's going to kill. Cassiopia might go down here. Cassiopia is going to go down by from the Syndra. The Syndra stun's going to come out. Here comes the Q. Here comes Topher. This is going to be interesting. The fight's actually turning in the way of Mountain.
Mountain was able to turn that fight in their favor and get the exit kill on the Braum and the Wukong, it looks like.
Yeah, it's looking like Braum might go down here, but Nunu's blocking Nunu's blocking the blast cone. Who's that? That's Sejuani. They're trying to get if they can get back in here. Here comes Senna. Senna's gonna try to kill the Sejuani. I mean, Syndra's gonna kill the Senna there. Ashe ult is going to miss, but Sejuani is just a tank. Sejuani is just surviving this. Sejuani is actually gonna get the double kill on the Syndra, and it's gonna go for the Nunu next, getting that slow down. But Nunu's health regen is not gonna allow Sejuani to get that.
The long 4-for-4 trade. Only the junglers making it out from the initial fight without a death.
Yeah, that was an insane fight for Mountain to stay in this game, but it's looking like Mountain's not going to get a lot of it. That's a double TP bot lane. They really want this soul point. They really want this Dragon Soul.
This soul will be very big for them with the Wukong ult, the Sejuani ult, and the Braum ult, all receiving the shortened cooldown from the Cloud itself, but also the move speed to be able to reposition onto the backline after you cast your ult will be huge for those champions.
All right. So like that last fight, UI played that last fight very well. They were able to combine the Sion with the what's her name, Nami, with the Nami's ult with the Nunu ult, allowing them to stay alive with as much heals. That's going to be a Sion ult actually going on to the on Toph there. Toph's going to look like it out. It was on the Wukong clone, but Wukong was forced to use his ult there. Looking for that Baron.
I do believe that with the Wukong ult being down, now I do believe with that ult being down, Meowington will be able to still look for the Baron, but it'll be a lot riskier with all the engage options on the side of Mountain.
Sion is actually out on his own there, but the mess of Mountain is behind him. Because Sejuani actually went into the backline. Sejuani's in that backline along with Sion in the backline with the Syndra trying to fight that Cassiopia.
Ashe goes down.
Ashe does go down from the Senna. Senna is looking for the kill on the Nami, is going to get it, but down back in the fight down here, we got the Nunu all coming out, which actually the Cassiopia is going to flash out. And it's looking like Meowington's actually going to take this fight. Syndra's going to get down on the... He's going to get the rest of these kills. Sejuani on the Sion.
Get the ace, and they should just be able to push it down mid lane and take the game.
Right, they should be able to. This looks like exactly what they're going to be planning on doing. Huge fight from Meowington there, with the Sejuani in the back line being able to do a lot more than the Sion can with the Syndra. Sion and Syndra in the back line with the Senna and the Sejuani in the back line.
Yeah, Sejuani was able to almost solo kill the Nami and the Ashe, and then with the insane rage from the Senna having that many stacks and the rapid fire cannon, there's no way you can run away from that.
Right, and it's looking like Meowington is going to take game one